Hey everyone, welcome back to day 23 of my journey to financial freedom through trading. As you can see, today is a decent green day. Um, yeah, I got a really nice trade on HYFM. I got this bull flag pattern right here as it started to curl back up. Broke below VWAP, reclaimed, was riding that, started to give a little leg up, and then this pullback here, which was right at a daily resistance level. Um, and as it started rolling back up, I thought this could give a very, very nice squeeze. So got in for the bull flag. Pretty tight stop. I got filled a little high. I think it was just slippage. But 237, my risk was down around 210. So around 27 cents a risk. I don't, yeah, mostly just because I had a little bit more slippage in my per share gain on it was about 48.2 overall. So pretty decent gain. I did scale out a little bit quick, and we're just gonna play the video in a second. I scaled out a little bit. 266. I think after it gave this little pullback here, I scaled out a little bit. And then, honestly, I really should have added this micro pullback, but that's okay. And then I got a pretty nice top fill at 449, 349 here, right under the $0.50. Just got out. So it was a really nice move. The stock went quite insane today. So that was good. So we're gonna watch some film of it. Yeah, let's pull up this here. Let me make sure. Okay. So sit down. 637. See what's moving. Look at. I was looking at FCUV from Friday because I missed it. I didn't trade on Friday. Looking at a couple things here. UPC was on our watch list, but it gave this huge move at the pre-market open. You can't really see it. Gave a nice pop at the pre-market open and then sold off. So it was below VWAP pretty much the whole trading session. Then HYFM pops up. And I want to show you kind of how quick this happened. So you can zoom back just a tad here. Okay. So pay attention right here. This is the high day momentum scanner. So you see the stock hits right there. Haven't pulled it up yet. I think mostly just because it's cheap. I'm like, what's this really gonna do? It's pretty cheap. I probably should have looked at the change in percent a little bit tighter. Once it hit again, and then it hits the 5 pillars catalyst super quickly. Actually, what happened was I was away from my computer for that area. There wouldn't have really been an easy entry. I'm not sure if this would have been a good entry or not because I hadn't pulled it up in time. But you know, when I pull it up, it's giving pretty much the whole move back. So I'm like, oh shoot. Mark off the daily 200 EMA, which is interesting because it popped above it, so it should be a support level now. I'm looking for other resistance areas we're gonna find. Mark those off. They actually like played pretty well. Like the stock price actually respected these levels. So, that was good to see. Um, So yeah, it has this kind of period of consolidation here. This is a longer period of consolidation. I kind of skip around to other things, come back. At this point here, it's given back quite a bit. The volume on the selling is higher, so I'm just hands off. I really think it's going to be a pop and drop, and gave back a little more than 50% of the move. So it starts to consolidate here. I'm kind of looking at other things, I don't really think it's going to do anything too crazy. Watching it. Gives a little leg up there, but at that point it pulled back too far, so I was like, no, I can't really trade that there. Right? It's holding VWAP here. It was interesting a little bit. Breaks VWAP, that's not the best sign. Still kind of pulling back too far. And any XR is not a good stock, by the way. That's as close to on my no trade list as possible. I don't actually have a physical form of no trade list, but I do not want to trade that stock. So now it starts moving up. So I see it start popping up with volume, right? That's kind of the key, is this candle had more volume than the previous ones. Also, you see the 9 EMA just crossed VWAP. That's a pretty, that's a pretty solid indicator of strength. It did pull back pretty far in this first little area, but reclaimed and is showing strength throughout that consolidation. So it's funny. Let's zoom back a little bit. I'm pretty sure yeah, I don't know why I pressed Shift A. I'm not sure. I don't even know what I was doing there. Anyways, we're watching the 1 minute pullback here. You got a little bit of a micro pullback here. Right there could have been an entry on a micro pullback, but the stock has already pulled back so much that I'm looking for a 1 minute play. And then I spot these huge sellers there on the ask. You can see my cursor, spotting these huge sellers. So I kind of want to see those break, right? So there we go. The red candle formed. So now I'm really looking for a entry on the candle over candle. So I clicked into my broker, ready to trade it once it gives the candle over candle. So I figure out where those levels are. I really just could have done that on my broker. I'm not sure why I clicked out of it, but it's okay. Just a little workflow error. So I'm seeing there around 210 is my stop, 211. So now I'm thinking this candle's gonna close here. Now I can get in at 230. Entry would be 230, risking off that bottom there. Is this slow-mo? Yeah, this slow-mo's. So I'm gonna play at normal speed, and I'm gonna play at normal speed once and then go back with slow-mo. So looking for that entry. It's fine, it's just consolidating now. So there we get 234 on the ask. Yeah, I mean, it just popped really quick. I scaled out into that pop there. I scaled out a little bit too much, but I think that's fine. I mean, I'm doing base hit trading, you know, um, taking the profit into the pops. So that very first sell, probably was a bit too soon. That second sell where it popped up near 3 and I sold, got a little bit of a bad feel, but that's okay. That was a good sell. So now there's a micro pullback forming here. You already would have gotten in. You would have gotten in on this candle there. I think it was a nice pop up. Nice squeeze up. See it break in. Not quite holding, so I get out. So really a good trade. Really a good trade. So if you watched my video I posted, I think it was yesterday, about my July month in review, you'll know that my biggest goal for this month is appropriate share sizing. So let's find it. Here's my, we're just gonna pause this for a second. Here's my share sizing. Okay, I need to, there we go. So here's my trading sizing sheet. So this is based on, my risk tolerance right now. This was an A quality setup. It was a good chart pattern, but I don't like how it gave back 50% of the move. So it was a good chart pattern, but it wasn't my A plus setup. So ideally I would risk $3 there. My stop was around 20 cents, a little over 20 cents, and I took 5 shares. So I really only risked about $1 on this one. I really should have taken about 3x the share size, so around 15 shares. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. I'm still, getting in the habits of implementing this, but yeah, I do wish I sized up a bit more aggressive because it met A quality here. And you can see A quality meets 5 pillars, chart pattern is good, but risk might be a little higher than optimal. EV is high. I thought the risk was a little bit higher on this one just because it gave back and was consolidating a little bit. So overall, good trade, but there's always going to be things to work on, which is kind of the beauty of trading. But yeah, so now I'll go back and kind of slow-mo this pop here. We can skip forward a little bit because it happens a little bit later. So one more thing I need to work on, and you could kind of see in this example, is watching the ask for my entry rather than the candle or really anything else. Watching up here for my entry. So I want to get in at 231, right? Right as it breaks over 230. So we're going to watch the ask up here for 231. I mean, it updates really quickly. There's 234. So all in all, my entry wasn't terrible. A little bit of I don't know if that was the spread or just because it was moving quick, but my entry wasn't too bad at all. And then, of course, I want it to immediately resolve through the highs. It does. Scale out some. So, really nice trade. I'm pretty pretty happy with the trade here. So, yep, let's check out some things that I didn't trade. So I have all these photos here. These are going to be in my trade visual slide. You can find this in the description. Basically just a continuation of Ross's slides, but it just goes into a bunch of different charts. And I have them kind of annotated, marked up a little bit. So yeah. And then I have, okay, sorry about that. These resources will be in the description. These three will probably be at some point. I'm still kind of fine-tuning them. But yeah, check out the description for those resources and the slides, of course. So let's look at some charts. EZRA, 1x micro pullback, pop, consolidation, and drop. So this was a really weird stock today. Really weird stock. So this is kind of like the first leg. Get a little micro pullback there. Not sure why I didn't take it. If I had to guess, the volume might have been a bit lighter. Not sure. Anyways, and that would make the spreads big. Not sure why I didn't take that. This could be a good 10-second micro pullback there. If you took that one, congrats. It did drop really hard though. Quit this. Okay. Then we had this one, of course. Huge spike, consolidation at VWAP. A little rally up, 1x bull flag. Then you get the 1x micro pullback. This needs to be labeled a bull flag. Bull flag was right here. You get a nice squeeze up. You know, you kind of get this attempt at a curl, but it doesn't work too well in this first leg. This one, EZRA sub VWAP trap, and then it pops back up. You get this little bull flag here at a similar level. This one would have been quite a low risk trade. You can see this candle right here is quite small. I typically like that for entries. So you could get an entry right where my cursor is, to the left of my cursor at that bull flag. And you do get a nice squeeze up, but then it just can't quite break this just about 350 level there. So pulls back again, get another little squeeze up. This, I wouldn't take this because MACD was still negative. But in here it was positive. So this is an opportunity I missed, but you know, also probably an A grade opportunity. What the heck happens? Okay. Or EDBL, terrible price action. I mean, look at how choppy this is. Pops up. Like in here is such light volume, you can't manage risk. Spreads are huge. You know, you get a little pop up, pop up, pop up, give it almost all the way back, pop up a little bit, give it back, pop up a little bit, pull back a bit. You know, really weird. I mean, look at the 1 minute chart. And then you get this double top, and that's the sign of death. You know, it's likely the sign that it's just gonna fail. So it does fail. Mind you, this one popped not too long ago, and it actually had decent price action this previous day. It wasn't amazing, but it was decent back here. But this was kind of continuation. So once it started popping up, I'm sure bag holders from that day just sold it, and shorts, of course. So that one, I want to show you this. This is how crazy quick stocks can pop and drop, and how it can really hurt if you get caught in this. And that's why I always wait for one red candle to form. Could this pop up? It hit my 5 pillar scanners and it just flushes all the way down, you know. I mean, that's a really far drop. So be super careful getting in that. Yeah, and those were really the stocks today. So I really only think that I missed this trade here, this bull flag. I think that's really the only other play I would have taken today. This one I probably should have added on the micro pullback. So there's a couple small things, but overall I'm pretty happy with my execution today. So yeah, I mean, that's the video. Check out the description for links to all these resources. I think you'll really enjoy them. So yeah, you'll see a playlist here, Learn to Trade. Check that out. I'll be working on that soon to develop it more. But I will see you guys tomorrow. God bless, stay safe, and stay green. And let me know what you trade in the comments. Bye now.